Now, this is something I know we can all relate to. Although I don't really know what I'm feeling. And I don't even really know what I'm going to say. Something is telling me to make this video, so... Now, I say we can all relate to it because we've all been really present in the moment where we're so almost captivated, enthralled by the beauty around us, by the beauty of the birds singing, by the light that is expressing as everything. Within us and all around us, we sense that inherent oneness. And just observing the sunset over the hill a few minutes ago now. The moment was so sweet. I was so... It was just that foreverness. I wanted it to last forever. And I realized it is forever. It's right now. This foreverness can't be taken away from us. Whether it's the beauty of a sunset, whether we're sitting alone in our room, or we're never really alone, because that source, that light is always with us. And that profound silence. Or in the seeming chaos. The black flies swarming around. Where we can simply rid ourselves of that consciousness by not paying attention to it. Attention is key. And when our attention is whole and complete, there's a sense of joy, a natural sense of abundance. Because we sense that wonderful energy all around us. That is us. There's no separateness. And thus there's a profound sense of bliss. And timelessness, that foreverness. And ironically, time is connected to timelessness. So even amidst our everyday, ordinary activity, God is not separate from the commonplace. You want to understand this. Because the universe around us may seem like it's in a flux, may go from time to timelessness, or from noise and chaos to profound silence, from maybe even a sense of separateness to profound oneness. It can shift like this. And thus there's that sense of flux, but amidst that, at the root of that, and back of that, there's always that foreverness. Sometimes you just gotta get brought back to it. And maybe it's a profound sunset, or something that reminds us of our beingness. Something beyond causality, beyond linearity, beyond words. Because words go from point A to point B, right? In a certain way. But our subjectivity is not defined by a linear time track. By this and that. By the flux. There is always that constant oneness, the profound sense of beingness, and thus belongingness. Where, as I was just observing the sunset, I just felt, wow, there was a part of me that didn't know what I felt. And there was another part of me that just felt I was right where I need to be. I am right where I need to be. I'm whole and complete. And the moment was so sweet. I just wanted to cling to it. I wanted to grab it, and I wanted it to last forever. And I remind myself this is forever. And of course, I was thinking about it, kind of not really with words. It was just kind of a knowingness that arose in awareness without any labels. It was kind of just a profound feeling. And we don't need to use the word just a profound. We want to be conscious of the words we use. And of course, we can use discrimination before speaking and be careful and cautious and conscious of each word that we say before we say it, or we can just let it come out of us and be in that state of foreverness, which is a state of effortlessness, where you just flow. And there I go again, not just rhyming, but using the word justness. Sometimes all you need to do is bring something in awareness, and then you'll start to notice it more. And oftentimes that's the best thing we can do for somebody, is to bring something to their attention that they may kind of be unconscious about, if we're honest, right? And they might not want to hear it, but sometimes that's the most compassionate thing you can do for somebody. You can be for somebody, you can say for somebody, is telling them something that they may not want to hear, but they need to hear. It's for their best interest. Even though they might not believe it, there may be some aversion to it, and that, but it's the truth, and so you say it anyway. And that's the directness of truthfulness. You want to understand this, that, truth is not measured by popularity. It's not measured by whether or not somebody wants to hear it. In essence, all truth is subjective. And when you're profoundly rooted in your own subjectivity, and another person may be very directed outwardly, what's best for them, without, I know it might sound arrogant, because what's worked for you, and it's the truth, and truth is what works, right? And it's not to say a generality, like what works for me will work for everybody, but at the same time, there are certain things that are true for everybody, because it's beyond relativity. There's that element, again, a flux of relativity, of course, but there's also the beingness, the oneness that is the same for everyone. And words can help us point back to that place within ourselves, to do the 180-degree shift, to do the flip, so that the light isn't so much focused upon the details of what's illuminated around us, but it comes from within. And there's a sense of being everything. And how do you say that? How do you express that ineffable feeling, which is beyond words? It's not even a feeling. It's beyond a feeling. It's It's profound stillness, where your breath slows down. Breathlessness is deathlessness. I want to be conscious what we identify with. Can live for a while without food, even water. And even breath. But we want to think in terms of life and ultimately identify with life. And life is eternal. It's a never-ending process. And I trust that you trust it. God bless. Bye.